So, if you guys don't have an HBO account, you definitely need to hop on that because Westworld is coming back today. I'm super excited. A lot of people always ask me, Art, what shows do you like watching? And obviously, I'm a big movie guy. I cover a bunch of movies, but the thing with TV shows is a lot of them have a lot of filler. Westworld has no filler. That thing is as tight as can be. So when it comes to TV shows, usually it's anything that's like a miniseries, anything on HBO, anything that's compact in 10 episodes. So if you trust my opinion in any way, shape, or form, definitely watch Westworld. Westworld Season 2 is coming out later today, literally like in an hour. So we're going to get this live chat down in an hour. But I wanted to mention it to you guys so you could definitely catch that up. But also, as you guys know, big shout out as always to the chat. Always forget what side it is, but I'll be answering your guys' questions. If you guys don't know, this is the after show, so pretty much every Sunday, this is your first time watching it. Every Sunday, I do a little live stream, and I look back at the videos of the week. I look back at, like, the music that came out. We'll be talking about a little bit about J. Cole, some upcoming stuff, and, of course, answer you guys' questions right there. It is, all of this is archived for my patrons, so shout out to the patrons. I archive this for them over there for $1, but I pretty much stream all of them here, so for those of you guys who are willing to stay up, I know for some of you guys it's always a lot later, and heart goes out to you guys. I stream it so I can answer you guys' questions and stuff, so I'll be talking about some of the videos that I had, but just so you know, the Patreon thing, it's $1. That's where all the videos get archived. That's where we also have the after show hangout. So for the patrons who are watching, or for the future patrons as well, we do like a little, we jump on a Google Hangout and we just talk there as well. But let's get into some of the stuff. I was sick last week. I was sick. I've been busy filming some short films, which you'll be seeing in the future as well. Also be hearing about this music video. For those of you who don't know, Zach from Multiplex, Zach, my co-host on the Intricate podcast, if you haven't followed us there, he directed a music video, and the thing looks freaking incredible. I will have it linked down below, but you'll see it in all the upcoming videos for this week. However, some of the stuff that I do have, or that I did work on this past week, since I was busy, since I was sick, and I apologize for that, making up for it this week. That Rock videos. If you guys didn't see it, pretty much I made a video on The Rock. I went to go see Rampage. Yeah, I liked Rampage. I thought it was good for what it was. But some of you guys maybe have read that article where pretty much he just said there was and I don't want to spoil it because some people were really mad about the spoilers, but he spoiled it himself, about how the ending ends and how he needed it to be a good ending because he's built this relationship where there will never be a bad ending or anything sad that ever happens. And I was like, you know what? Gotta make a video on it, because I started looking back. So the whole theory is about, he's pretty much cultivated this persona where some people, when they go to a Rock movie, they know what they're going to get because there's this trust built. And if The Rock decided to, because obviously he's a WWE, WWF from back in the day actor, if the dude decided to create something where he was like, you know what, I'm gonna make the most emotional, most impacting thing in the world, he can't, because he's built that trust. One thing that a lot of people brought up, though, is like, yo, he died in Doom. And I did have a bit in that in the video. I don't know what happened to it. Premiere delete. I don't know what it was. Pretty much, I don't include Doom because my dude don't include Doom. The Rock himself, he was on Twitter and he's like, yeah, he like dissed Doom when he was talking about Rampage. So, that's why I don't include Doom in my theory about his death or whatever else, because he doesn't include it either. He pretty much dissed it. But also, there's like an era to The Rock. Like I said, there was WWE Rock, then there was the family-friendly Rock that decided to do some of these action stuff, and then there's The Rock that we know him as today. So that's the only thing I wanted to cover. I was aware of Doom, but so is The Rock, and he don't like it either. The next thing, and I can see some of you guys already counting on it. I can see right there, 420 on J. Cole's album. 4 out of 10 on J. Cole's album. J. Cole can suck it. What? J. Cole, for those of you guys don't know, dropped a little album this past week. And I'm always up for music recommendations. If you guys have music recommendations, definitely let me know. Some of you guys have recommended Brockhampton. I'm still trying to catch up on the 3 freaking albums that they dropped in one year. Flatbush Zombies, I think some of you guys have mentioned. I'm getting on them. Always welcome recommendations. Hit me up on the A to Z Show on Twitter. I accept them all. Do y'all really not accept J. Cole? J. Cole announced like 3 days before this thing dropped. It's called COD. K-O-D. 3 names for it. Kids on drugs. King of something. I forgot what the other one is. I have it all written down because I'm working on a video for it. Let's see. Some J. Cole, 6 out of 10. KOD gets an 8.1 out of 10. I mean, I personally would give it an 8. Maybe a 7. 7 to 8 between there. And I'm still giving it a couple of listens. Here's the thing for me. For me, music is very much... I don't like first impressions on music, in my opinion. For me. I need to sit on it for a week. I got to play it in different places. I got to go through stuff in my life before I go, hey, you know what? That song's standing out for me. Like I said, I'm going to be making a video. Video's going to be titled J. Cole versus Mumble Rappers. KOD explained. I liked it. Oh, shout out to Tyler Jimenez. That's another thing, because I know sometimes I can't read everything, but there's a thing called a super chat. Maybe I think even if you give a quarter, it'll highlight your stuff. Photograph. Let me actually go through my favorites, because Photograph is pretty good. It's on the first half of the album, and I know a lot of people love the first half of the album. Other people are partial to the second half of the album. My personal favorites. I think the best song on the album is 1985. However, some people are like, yo, that ain't even on the album because that's the intro to the Fall Off. Is that another album? Is that something else completely different? A little quick recap, because I know some of you guys are movie fans. J. Cole's a rapper. J. Cole is notoriously known, or famously known, for the meme that he went Forest Hill Drive's multi-platinum, double platinum, without no features. He mentions it in this album, I went with no features. He was like at the top of the rap game, and then his last album was For Your Eyes Only, which a lot of people were like... that it puts them to sleep. Yo, I drink that Z-Quil. Some people are like, you don't need that Z-Quil. Just listen to J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only. I like that album for what it is. It's the personal album, but I get it. It's nowhere near 2014 Forest Hill Drives. Neither is COD, to be completely honest. But in terms of my favorites, it goes 1985, Window Pane, Brackets. The last verse in Brackets, I think is one of the best verses he's come up with. And then KOD, then Photograph. I do think it's bogus what he did to Kevin Hart, mentioning Kevin Hart as the title of a song when it's about lost. Y'all know what Kevin Hart did. However, like I said, I'm gonna be making a video on it. I'm curious to know your guys' tracks right there. Let's see. This was a little average, the whole album. Oh, shout out to that. 1985 is definitely the best. KOD slaps. I'm more excited about Kanye. Can't talk about Kanye because Kanye's going to take over the whole thing, but do follow Kanye on Twitter. The man's gone completely insane, but I'm excited because June 8th, that album drops. There's a speculation that when he said June 1st, that's another album, and there's other stuff. Obviously, anything doing with Yeezy, I'm down for. Let's see. I'm more excited about Kanye's album. Got your girl on the mat last night at the party. She's torn. J. Cole ate that whole, like, okay. Yeezy producing the new Nas album. Oh, I did not know that, but that'd be pretty dope. Greetings from Austin. Sup, Alex? June 25th. Yeah, June is pretty much just going to be taken over by Good Music. And by Good Music, I mean actually Kanye's label, which is Good Music, because that's what he's calling them, Good Music. Oh, shout out Jaden. Thank you. 1985 was dope as hell. Who do you think he's calling? So here's my opinion. I'm going to cover it a little bit in the video. Everyone says it's Pump. And I don't disagree. It definitely covers Pump. But at the same time, he does have a line where he says, I love seeing another black man get money. I personally think it's on Lil Yachty. I personally think he's focusing on Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp. They definitely fall in that category. But the reason I think it's because of Lil Yachty is the specific references that he makes to him. Talking about seeing another black rapper get money. The fact that Lil Yachty also made a song. I believe it was a song or a freestyle, whatever it was, saying FJ Cole. But looking at 1985, I've never seen a rapper diss somebody, but from the perspective of like a dad. Because not only is he looking down at every little rapper, and that's where I think the Kill Edward comes in, which I thought, you don't like any features, so the only feature that you have in your album is a guy named Kill Edward, and it turns out it's just you, chopped and screwed. That's fine. Kill Edward, having the two L's capitalized, it technically is King Edward. It's himself, and it's from the perspective of if he was in a sense a mumble rapper, and that's like what the first half of the album is, and then mentioning how anyone who's like a mumble rapper is going to get to a certain point and then just crash. And it's true. I'm going to mention it in the video as well. You know what? I dabble Lil Pump, Tekashi, Yachty, all the other Lils out there, but at a certain point, I do think they're going to disappear. That's just how it's going to go. This is what you spend your Sunday night doing, analyzing rap lyrics about a guy named Lil Yachty. We're dissecting a guy named J. Cole, but he makes a good point, because think about Soulja Boy. Where's Soulja Boy now? He would have been the equivalent of 2007. A bunch of the other people who are on Double XL. What about XXXTentacion? He does J. Cole in the Double X freestyle. I think it counts for him as well. It's just a lot easier to say Lil and to put it in there. But it applies to all of them. It applies to all of them. And I think that some people are going to ignore it. But he gave you a timeline. He said, we'll talk back in 5 years. We'll talk back in 5 years. So I think it's a good album. I don't think he's ever going to match 2014 Forest Hill Drive, which show y'all a little. Went to that Comic-Con. 2016 Forest Hills, New York over here. Got that little art edition thing where it's Spider-Man on the top. I love 2014 Forest Hill Drives. I love Born Sinner. I go back to his mixtapes with Warm Up, and then even with his first one, which was the Sideline Story. I think J. Cole's a good artist. I also, as a fan of J. Cole, and I don't even put him in my top 10. I do appreciate his lyrics and the stuff that he does. But without him even being in my top 10, I still like the idea. Well, not the idea. I like laughing at the memes. It's funny. It's funny to me. I think you can still be a fan and appreciate the other stuff that happens. Jay Camacho, shout out to you. Westworld versus Game of Thrones. Ooh, all right, let me just jump into the next one over here. J. Cole's album, I highly recommend it if it's streaming. Obviously, it's streaming. Catch it if you can. It's pretty good. Highly recommend 1985 if you're only going to listen to one of the songs out there. But, Westworld, baby. Westworld is coming out tonight. Like I said, we're gonna finish up this thing. I'm gonna answer some of your questions after this segment right here, and we're gonna do the after show. So if you're on Patreon, or if you join Patreon for just $1, definitely head on over there. We do the little Google Hangout as well. But Westworld's coming out tonight, season 2. Made a video on season 1. Between Westworld and Game of Thrones, I think that's a valid question. I obviously have to pick Game of Thrones because it has more seasons with it. But the fact that it's even a question, that says a lot. The fact that Westworld can have one season and still impact me just as much, because if it came down to Westworld season 1 or Game of Thrones season, I'm picking Westworld. I'm picking Westworld completely. So I highly recommend, for those of you who haven't seen it, to definitely go watch it. Like I said, I have a video coming out on it tomorrow. For those of you on Patreon, again, just $1. I want just $1. I have a video coming out tonight. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go finish editing that video. And it's pretty much about how Westworld trolled people with their spoilers. I think it's kind of interesting, and it brings up a whole discussion of people who like being spoiled and don't like being spoiled, binging between waiting week for week. So, highly recommend Westworld. Highly, highly recommend Westworld. Tyler Jimenez, shout out to you. J. Cole with rap, it's like Queen with rock. Ooh, you put him highly up there. I'm still a Kendrick fan. I put Kendrick over J. Cole any day of the week. Kendrick over J. Cole completely. 2014 Forest Hill Drive, however, I think is one of the best rap albums ever made. In terms of... There was a discussion that I saw on Twitter about whether J. Cole bringing up the stuff that he came in this album is actually going to reach the people who he wanted to. And I thought that was an interesting discussion, because I saw some people going, oh, J. Cole, I've been a fan of you for the longest. This album is really helping me. The stuff that you said is changing me. And some of us are like, wait a minute, J. Cole's been talking about this for like a while now. So if you didn't listen to when he said it in the last album, why are we pretending like... You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of interesting, and the idea of if he's trying to reach the mumble rappers and the other people who are out there, I think that's why the first half of the album is loaded with trap beats and triplets, because he's trying to reach them. He's trying to get to them. That, like you said, Kendrick over J. Cole. 1,000%. All the time. But, yeah, thank you for that question, Mr. Tyler Jimenez. J. Cole, I do think is up there in the discussion. For me, he's not in my top 10, but I don't really look at that. When it comes to a J. Cole album, I did stay up till midnight to listen to it, and I liked it for what it was. So, like I said, The Rock, is he going to die? Maybe one day, maybe not. Other than that, I do think that he's going to be able to create one of the biggest endings in movie history if he's ever willing to go the dark route. COD, listen to it, even if it's just 1985 that you listen to, because that's a really good soundtrack, and I really hope that it leads to another album. But I was also a guy who was Super On Nation coming out, and Kendrick never released that. But Westworld, that comes out tonight. Get yourself an HBO subscription. Watch it because it's honestly one of the best things out there. But Q&A time is to wrap it up. Answer some of you guys' questions over here. Let's see. I think Kendrick is better, but to be honest, J. Cole, my second favorite in rap. Definitely, for sure. Kendrick would never waste a track calling out mumble rap. I guess maybe you're right. I think back to Humble, but Humble had a parody called Mumble. That was out there. What's your top 10? It'd be difficult to make it right now. But I'm definitely putting... if we're talking currently, I'm putting like Chance up there. I'm putting Kendrick up there. I'm putting Jay up there. Definitely putting Kanye up there. He may be 10. He actually may be 10. I can't think of all of them right now because I'm trying to exclude groups or not, but those that I mentioned definitely are all go-to artists that I listen to right away. I never heard a rapper body another rapper by giving him a TED Talk. That's a shout out to the Charlemagne the God who pretty much called him out on that. It's interesting. He 444'd them. That's what he did. Thoughts on Trippie Redd. I know a lot of people don't like him. I'm okay with him. I'm obviously an Uzi fan, and again, I don't mean this in the perspective of lyrical rappers, but in the perspective of rappers out there who are vibing rappers. And I know some people don't like the Trippie Redd that it sounds like he's drowning. I'm okay with it. I like Trippie Redd for what he does, like some of his songs. Top 5 rappers, like I said, Chance, Jay, Kendrick, Kanye at the moment. Have you listened to the Emotion album from Carly Rae Jepsen? I have not, but if you got a single to single out, definitely let me know. Kendrick and J. Cole stole Wale's music. That's an interesting discussion. Because Wale is so good. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that anime rap meme that says Wale is like that guy who could make it, but he's always just on the sideline. I do like Wale. But Wale puts himself in the sideline. I'm telling you, Wale puts himself in the sideline, dude. I don't know. Have you seen Mr. Robot? I've seen the first season. I'm a huge fan of it. I don't know why I haven't caught up with the other ones, but they're on Amazon Prime, and one day I will make a video on it. Have you watched On My Block, and if so, did you like it? Oh, yeah, I got a video on that. Definitely, I highly recommend it. I thought it was okay, but I think the way they execute the ending is fantastic. Thought, yo, A to Z got a dip, but this is my first after show, and this is dope. I'm going to tune in more. For sure, definitely go check out Thought's channel. We have a video on Black Panther that we worked on with the album, so go check out his stuff. I am old, makes my view on music harsh. No, that's completely fine. Everyone knows the old head mentality. I think it's more than valid. I think it's more than valid because there's also a young mentality. What's got you more hype for Friday? Beer bongs and Bentleys or Infinity War? I keep forgetting Beer bongs and Bentleys is coming out. It has to be Infinity War because that's a 10-year wait. Beer bongs and Bentleys was almost a 10-year wait. Dude kept delaying it. It's Infinity War. It's Infinity War because I'm watching that Thursday at 7 and Beer Bongs comes out at 12. But I'm definitely excited. I was at the concert where Post Malone jumped and they missed him in the crowd. So I can't wait to see him again. I know he's going to be here in Chicago in the summer. But hey, that's a twofer right there. Maybe making a video on him. Maybe making a video on him for next week as well. Lots of love from Kenya. Shout out Frank from Kenya. That's on Fahrenheit 451 on HBO. I saw a little of a teaser. It was on Twitter when I was scrolling by. Dope concept. I approve almost everything HBO does, like 95% of their stuff. Then you got Michael B. Jordan on there. 1000% I'm for it. Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Breaking Bad. What do you think about the DCEU continuing as a universe? Man, I've been exhausted on the DCEU. I don't know. I wish the best for them. That's all I can say. What about Death Grips? Yet to get on Death Grips, but Death Grips is definitely one that a lot of people keep recommending to me. I wanted a mixed rapper that says the same Democrats that segregated my black mother in the 60s segregated my white father. You know what? There's Logic and J. Cole are very similar. The more and more I think about it, they're very similar. Everyone make sure to drop a like. Appreciate that, Izzy. How are you doing? I'm pretty good. Having a pretty good week, and I got a stack load of videos that I'm trying to get out to you guys next week. And like I said, on Patreon, I'm going to try to upload them the day before so you can get a sneak peek and see them earlier. Would you want another Lauryn Hill album? I actually want to see Lauryn Hill featured in Kanye's album. I think that would be really cool. And I feel like he kind of hinted at it. He was watching the Nerd Writers video, and it's also pretty dope. Have you seen the new Howard's End? I have not, but if it's worth it, let me know. ATC, what Logic song is your favorite? Flexecution. I will be seeing Logic in concert this June? I want to say it's June or July. I'll be seeing him in concert. So if you're going to be over there, it's going to be the concert in Indiana. I'll see you there. Some people think I don't like him. I don't mind him. My brother's a fan of him. And it's NF and it's Kyle. They're going to be there. So some people see those as the cringy trio. Hey, we'll see. I always like giving people a chance. But Flexecution. I love Mr. Robot. I'll check out the music you spoke of, but I'm old. I will look at the lyrics before I even play and understand what it's telling me and my kin. For sure. That's why I say J. Cole. J. Cole, I would say, is up your alley unless you said you listened to him already. What movie should I go watch? I haven't used my movie pass since January. Bro, you got to use that thing. The beauty of it is that you can use it 3 times and make up for not using it since January. Avengers, since it's coming out. Definitely say Avengers. I'm blanking on what else is out right now, but maybe A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. I saw your shirt in your most recent video. Said Stephen Point's Brewery. Is that a reference? Stephen Point, Wisconsin? Yes, it is. The best brewery in Wisconsin as well. Put it over New Glarus. Are sexually explicit movies too explicit to be taken seriously? Love. Oh, by cat. No, I think it's always about execution. It's just about how you approach it. Love for me, however, is practically porn. Why should I watch Infinity War? Because of how much it's built and just for the direction. Just for the, like, even if you don't care about it, it's just interesting to see the Russo brothers, 2 guys, handle such a major cast. And I'm very curious to see how they're, like, just from that point of view, how will they be able to give everyone screen time? How are they going to juggle all that, right? Like, no one wants to see a video of a woman coming out with like 40 grocery bags, but you're kind of interested to see if she's going to handle it all or drop it or not. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle all that cast, plus all the hype of the 10 years. Thoughts on Fortnite? Have never played it. Never played it. You listen to Brockhampton, and if you do, what is your opinion on them? I like them. Like I said, I'm still catching up on the 3 albums that they came out with. Do you think Matt Reeves will pull through and make Batman film on par with Nolan's? I think if any director could, it can be Matt Reeves. But we'll see. Hey, I'm tuning in. Sorry I'm a little late, but glad I made it. Hey, thanks for being here, Brianna. The Movie Buffs. Which features do you want on Kanye's album? Obviously Travis. Obviously Cudi. Like I said, I'm cool with Lauryn Hill being on there as well. I like it when he does crazy stuff. I like when he did the thing with Bon Iver, or Bon Iver. People say it differently. I love that song. So I like when he stretches out and he does something that like catches me off guard. No Ed Sheeran though, and I like Ed Sheeran, but no Ed Sheeran. A Swift feature would be funny though. What do you think about Kanye's co-album with Kid Cudi? I'm a big fan of 808 and Heartbreak, so I'm completely down with that. I know you don't do Let Me Explain on older movies, but when, if ever, will you start? I just watched Shutter Island and wanted to get your point of view of it. Now, I've thought about that because obviously Let Me Explain is like a whole other side of it, of the channel and the stuff that I do, and I have the Patreon for the A to Z show, and I try to make sure to consistently upload on the A to Z show, but a lot of the stuff on Let Me Explain, while I love doing it, I've been getting help with editing, so it's going to get to a certain point that if those videos keep getting flagged for the dumbest of things, I may start a Patreon, again from like the same level of it, only to be able to help with the editors and the footage and the stuff that I get, just because like every video gets flagged. It's gotten to a point where like everything gets flagged, and it's like I love doing it obviously, but it's still extra work to do on the side for that channel. And I've thought of it specifically for that because some people have said that I used to do a thing where I would make animations for the patrons, so I figured that would be a perfect place to put it, and it would just be a completely different set of tiers where we would be doing like more commentary tracks and taking those type of reviews. But we'll see. What film you anticipating most? LOL, last one. No, thank you, Tyler. I've been saying that Cloverfield movie, the one that's going to take place in World War II. Definitely looking forward to that. I don't know. I look forward to a lot. I look forward to seeing Hereditary again. So definitely. Hear about Metro Boomin retiring. What do you think about it? Really? I mean, maybe, but I don't think he's retired. He's going to pull a Brett Favre. Have you listened to JPEG Mafia? I've seen interviews with JPEG Mafia, and I listened through one of his albums. Again, maybe I need to sit with it more. Thought it was okay, but I need to sit with it more because it's a different type of style. How do you know so much about movies? You deserve more views. I appreciate that, Jay. I watch a lot of movies, and I love them, and I love talking about them. It seems every 2 years rappers come out and take more wild, blunt, simplistic than the last takes everything by storm. Lil B, Waka Flocka, Chief Keef, Lil Pump. It's true. Speaking of Batman, do you think Fincher would be a great pick for director? Definitely, but I don't think he'd ever do it. What about Avicii? Rest in peace, Avicii. Hey, that sucks. From what I heard, and I haven't followed up again, I heard it was because of his drinking. That sucks. He was huge. Let me explain. I love your brother's show. Yeah, you know, he's better than me. Some people would say. Atlanta, please make a video on it. I definitely will, Sue. Thoughts on American Gods? I have not seen it. But if it's good, I will. Again, TV shows are the things that I'm always a little late to. Favorite video that you've made? I like the Cloverfield ones. Every time I make a Cloverfield, like if you look at it, every time I make a Cloverfield video, I feel like it reignites the channel for me, or at least in my mindset. Like it gives me a whole new perspective of how to approach something, just because of the passion that I have for that, just because of how the first one impacted the way that I looked at movies. So that, maybe the Nocturnal Animals one, I think is probably my best explained video. Let's see. And each time that this is status quo and seem to dumb down rap further, do you think I'm onto something, or am I just reaching? No, for sure. I think that's definitely the thing. It used to be just like ghetto rap. Now it's mumbling rap. I don't know what the next thing's going to be. Just sounds. Hey G, yo hurry. My kicks don't say HG. Thoughts on Ready Player One? Have a let me explain on it. Brother hasn't let me explain on it. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But I wanted it to be fantastic. But I think it's just okay. And it's fun. I saw you have a Westworld video, so if you have any extra love to give, please give some to The Expanse. I think that's a TV show. I might just add it. Top 5 directors, love your videos, by the way, that I always look forward to. Fincher. Scorsese's still working. Denis Villeneuve is my favorite. He's my favorite director working today. Those are 3 I can think of now. Oh, my uncle, Iñárritu. 10 Cloverfield Lane is far better than the first Cloverfield. Yeah, that's true. It's A Quiet Place Cloverfieldish, 1000%. It feels like it was shot right, like with the same cameras and directing that was in 10 Cloverfield Lane, but it's like the edit came in, and then Michael Bay was like, add these little stuff. Someone's rushing home to see Westworld. Let's see, I'm going to wrap it up. Let's see. Do black men cheat? Everyone cheats. Let's see. The Alienist with Daniel Bruhl. I gotta watch it. Gotta hop on that. Only knew one song from Avicii, to be honest. Thoughts on Season 4 of Black Mirror? Very good, but I still think Season 2, I want to say, is the best one. Who are your favorite 5 female actresses? Always looking forward to Natalie Portman, Jessica Chastain. I'm blanking right now. Both of them, 2 of them are in the new Oceans movie. Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, and Tilda Swinton. Who are your favorite, let's see, A to Z shows and interesting place. Stop telling my secrets, bro. Shh. This has been a depressing week for the entertainment world, Arlie. Oh, yeah, dude, rest in peace. For those of you guys who have never seen, or if you haven't seen it in a long time, definitely go back and watch Full Metal Jacket and a bunch of other Arlie movies. Avicii, Vern Troy. Yeah, I just saw Mini-Me passed away this morning, last week. Not to mention Barbara Bush. I mean, it sucks, but that's the way it goes. I remember 2017, everyone was dying left and right. There were these huge stars. I mean, it happens. I think the worst parts are when they're so young. If they've lived their life, it sucks, but I'm glad that they were able to live way past their years. But, you know, people like Avicii, it sucks. Have you seen Queer as Folk? No, but my girlfriend did. She said that it's very entertaining, so I might have to watch it. Have you heard of the passing of Vern J. Troyer? I don't believe so. I'd donate coin to have you watch an episode of American Gods and bet you'll be hooked on it for the first episode. Oh, for sure. Don't worry. You don't need to. I'll definitely check it out as soon as I can. Thoughts on the Nocturnal Animals, I believe, is one of the most underrated movies. Thank you. Thanks for suggesting American Vandal. Stope. Thoughts on Batman Ninja movie? None whatsoever. I don't know anything about it. Thoughts on Life? The movie was okay. The one we're living, it's as good as you make it. See, You Were Never Really Here. I'm watching it soon. I'm watching it very, very soon. Yes, The Expanse is a TV show on the wrong sci-fi channel, Sci-Fi. Okay, hey, I'll still give it a chance. Is Hereditary really this generation's The Exorcist? How scary is it? I don't want to hype something and say it's too scary, but it's a fantastic film. It is a damn good film. Have you heard Logic's latest mixtape? Yep, and I got a video on it. I prefer it over the first one. Top 3 Kubrick films. Full Metal Jacket. The Shining, Full Metal Jacket. Let's see. Have you been keeping up with the new Scorsese film, The Irishman? Do you think it could be his next classic? I hope so. I really hope so. You're hot. Thank you. Who are your favorite YouTubers in general outside of film analysis? Well, Nerdwriter I know does do some film analysis, but he's pretty good at what he does. I always dabble in a little PewDiePie. I always dabble in a little The Odds One Out. It's a bunch of stuff out there. It's very good. It was fine, very much an alien ripoff. Sup, ever listened to... Don't know where you at. Again, if I missed some stuff, I apologize for that. What are you expecting from Drake's album? Less singing, more rapping. That's what I want. Fern Troyer's mini-me. What about This Is the End? It's okay, not my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. Thoughts on Veronica? Got a video on Let Me Explain. Not the scariest movie, but still pretty good. The News Howard's End is only 4 episodes. Stars Haley Atwell. Ooh, I like Haley Atwell. Directed by the guy who made Manchester by the Sea. I'll have to check it out. I'm excited for Westworld. Am I ready? So ready. I'm about to log out in a little bit. What are your thoughts on Infinity War and where's Hawkeye? I haven't seen it yet, but Hawkeye is the best Avenger because of his wife. Yay, if you're saying it's a good film. Well, damn, now I'm pumped. Perfect for a 20 movie. Go. Super Troopers. Super Troopers in the Cheech and Chong film. Top 3 Jim Carrey performances. Ooh, Eternal Sunshine and The Truman Show are the ones that come to mind. What do you think of Chris Stuckman? He's the OG. He's dope. He's good. Do you have a favorite Lana Del Rey song? Not necessarily, but I like the one she made with ASAP. You talk fast when I'm trying to cover all these questions. Have you seen Kanye watching Nerdwriter? Yes, it's dope. Suggest one movie for someone that likes science fiction. Minority Report. Thought on the Rex series? I think it's really good. I even like Quarantine. Would you react to Batman Ninja for us? Won't be sorry. Just watch the trailer. I may do a Let Me Explain on it when it comes out. How's your brother? He's fantastic. What is your favorite Oscar bait picture winner of all time? Winner? Maybe Birdman? Birdman won, right? I can't remember. Literally found out that the girl I sit next to in AP Euro and I both watch you. That's dope. I love comments like that. That's the funniest thing in the world to me. And finally, when you're watching Infinity War, seeing it Wednesday could not be more hyped. I am watching it this Thursday, 7 p.m. Already got tickets, like $100 worth to see it with my entire family. Again, on Sunday, I'll be making a video on it, obviously. Let Me Explain, and we'll see what other themes I got with it for the A to Z show video that I'll be making. But thank you guys for joining me. Out of breath as I usually am trying to read you guys stuff, but thank you guys. Like I said, I do these every Sunday. If you caught it live, shout out to you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. If you are on Patreon or if you want to join the after show hangout, I'll be doing it for the next 30 minutes. So just DM me over there on Patreon. We'll hop on. We'll talk about stuff. Make sure to watch Westworld. Make sure to watch Westworld because it's coming out tonight. It's coming back. Binge the first season if you haven't already. Got a video working on that. It's also going to be up early for you patrons tonight. And like I said, I'll see you guys next week, or I'll see you guys in the videos coming up this week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. J. Cole ain't that bad either, all right? You guys got to give him a chance, all right?